see August Divider. August is about striking a balance. What is the key to achieving lasting success and happiness? Don't we all want to know? Well, one thing we know for sure is looking at all the aspects of your life and nurturing each one. Do you listen to your body, heart, mind, and soul to discover what works best for you? Do you trust your instincts, knowing when to hit pause or to stop completely? Do you catch yourself from falling into a black hole of comparison against others? I ask you to commit time for yourself, your relationships, your passions, and your profession. As you practice juggling these priorities simultaneously, trust that it will fill your life with wholeness and joy. Achieve equilibrium. Write down your daily activities inside these stones. Your goal is to fill both sides without one side overpowering the other, causing you to lose balance. One side should represent slow and nourishing activities, while the other should represent active and energizing activities. That's it! We hope this was helpful, and let's all strike a balance and achieve a life with wholeness and joy.
Who am I? Sino nga ba ako? It's easy to get stuck in uncertainty and fear. It's been so hard for everyone this year. The present-day realities have made us believe that the future holds nothing to look forward to. Now more than ever is the time to acknowledge our multifaceted strengths. When we boldly answer, I am, to the question, who am I? We're calling out to an explosion of beautiful affirmations about ourselves that we need to be reminded of so we can move forward with our inner compass directing us towards our ultimate goal, joy. For over 15 years, Beldiger Power Planner has been helping women create lives they love, and we're facing the impact of this crisis with all the courage we have. We have grown together in so many ways, and we know that our tribe is just as brave. The BDJ 2022 Power Planner is an invitation to show up and trust in the soulful alignment of yourself and of your dreams. BDJ will be here with you as you intuitively recognize and continue growing your greatness. You are being readied to face whatever the year has in mind, blessings or curveballs, with resiliency and humility. For a limited pre-order period, you will be experiencing your 2022 BDJ like never before, packed with a variety of inspirational items to help you go through more than just your typical journaling. Each experience kit is designed to help you sow your dreams into reality. Envision taking on new challenges with confidence and ease, because you have the tools needed to succeed. Experience the BDJ life and be who you want to be. Experience more.
Hello! Good afternoon, Bellas! How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jasmine. Kamusta kayong lahat? Friday fun day nyo na ba? Patingin. Hi, Lady Len. Suki namin yan si Lady eh. Okay, kamusta kayo ngayong hapon? Ayan, today is our last episode of our Experience More Connection series. We lined up 4 FB Lives this week to help you look after your well-being by connecting with yourself, connecting with nature, and with other people. So we hope these benefit you during this ECQ. Alam naman natin na talagang mahirap kapag naka-quarantine tayo, but it's really a necessary thing to do. So I hope it helps you not just during the ECQ, but beyond. So, diba last Tuesday, we started off with Connect with Your Body with Kimberly Chua. She shared a lot of movement tips. And then, ito yung mga tipong pwede natin gawin kahit nasa bahay lang tayo. And then last Wednesday, we talked about how we can connect with your mind and heart with Coach Ning Tadenya, where she shared the LOCKDOWN formula on how you can connect with yourself. Tapos kahapon, we were joined by Vincent Lim and we talked about connecting with nature by making sure that we have at least one plant to nurture in our homes, regardless of the space that we have. So, that's body, mind, and nature. If you weren't able to watch it, pwede nyo naman i-replay on our social media pages. So, ngayong hapon, we're going to talk about how to connect with others. So, I would like to introduce our beautiful guests for this afternoon. Let's all please welcome Kate, Val, and Doris of Chicas and Margaritas. Hi,
Hello! Hi!
Hello.
Hi, Jasmine. Hi to all the Bellas watching.
I forgot my mic. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Kamusta? I know Kate is broadcasting from Cavite. How about you, Doris?
Laguna.
Laguna ako
Iba-iba.
din!
Really? Okay, great.
How about you,
Laguna
Val?
represent.
Manila! Miss Manila!
Parang, mga
Parang Miss Universe
Okay,
lang.
Ayan, marami akong Miss Universe questions this afternoon. Pero una, kamustahin ko muna kayo. How has 2021 been for all of you? Let's do a check-in. Reverse alphabetical tayo, Val.
Okay. Actually, nung 2020, it was parang, syempre, challenging, di ba? But to me personally, this 2021, mas mahirap siya mentally in the sense na parang, akala ko tapos na siya by 2021. But it's stretching. So parang no end in sight with the new variant and all. So parang, I feel actually 2021 is harder mentally for me.
I get what you're feeling. How about you, Kate?
Actually, feeling ko 2019 pa rin eh.
Wow.
Parang, 2022 na in 5 months? Parang, you know what I mean? Because when I saw your planners for 2022, I was like, 2022 na! You know? So, I'm in a weird place because my mind doesn't know. Like, kanina when you said, how's your Friday? I was like, Friday na! So, my brain is fuzzy. I'm sure so many people feel the same. My brain is really fuzzy. Like, what year is it?
My,
It's
grabe.
hard to keep up.
Sobra.
Yeah.
Doris.
Ako naman, just recently I was telling Val and Kate also na parang I'm feeling what they call pandemic fatigue. Na parang, okay, it's sinking in na. Last year, yes, ang hirap. Pero, kinaya ko pa eh. Pero ngayon, parang, oh my gosh, ito na naman tayo. Medyo ibang level na.
Oo, no, it is a pandemic fatigue. No, talaga nakakapagod talaga yung round 2. I get you, girls.
Season 3 na, di ba?
Oo, season 3 actually.
Ba? Oo nga, no, grabe. Anyway, well, on to happier thoughts. I want to know, I'm so curious, why is your group called Chicas and Margaritas? Can someone tell me?
Ayan. At least
I
medyo
think-
happy.
Okay. Doris, ikaw, mas alam mo
Siya yung nakaisip ng
Ikaw
Chicas
yung-
and Margaritas.
you kind of led us there eh. So you tell the story of Cheetahs.
Yeah, well, actually, it started with mimosas. It was Kate's idea to have like mimosas in the name, but when we tried to make to like have fun with it, the first name that we kind of agreed on, medyo hindi parang half kami. So we were thinking of another name, but I was thinking, okay, I think it's fun to have another cocktail drink. And with margaritas, merong mag-rhyme ng konti, which is chicas. And the word chicas is actually good kasi it's chica, like talking, chat, kwentuhan. And also we're chicas, we're bellas. So there.
And Jasmine,
Lady.
I want to add lang about Chicas and Margaritas, no? Kasi, before kasi we started as parang Girl Talk PH.
Girl
We were on
Talk
YouTube,
PH!
we were on Facebook, and then we felt na parang, it's time to grow, parang let's move into the podcast platform since it's just a relatively new platform na parang bagay kami doon. We have so many chicas talaga. Like sometimes we would have
Bad.
video calls
Guys,
na 3
mamaya
hours.
tayo. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually,
3
5
hours
hours.
kami nagtad. 5 hours. So that's why we felt na parang we have so much to say and share also. Kaya dito sa platform na podcast with Chicas and Margaritas, that's what we want to do. We want to share our thoughts as being quote unquote modern women, and we want to hear also from other women their thoughts. Kaya parang ano siya, empowering each other.
That's so nice. That's very PDJ, but yes, Chicas
Yes,
and
true.
Margaritas doing girl talk. Speaking of hearing from others, let's look at the comments. Ang dami nag-hi sa inyo, girls.
Yeah, I see some
Oh,
names.
wow.
I see names I recognize, like Janine, Roxanne, Menchi, hello, Chris, Marie. These ladies have been with us both when we were still BDJ girls and when we were in Girl Talk. And then now that we're Chicas and Margaritas, we still see them subscribing to our podcast. So hello.
Yay! So nice to hear from them. Oy, may shout out din ako from Janine. Hi, Janine! Sino pa ba? Hi, Jane. Jane also says hi to me. Roxanne says, excited about BDJ 2022. I am always on the look for this planner and been checking it via LinkedIn when at work. Kudos to great minds behind BDJ. Naku, maraming salamat, Roxanne. Sana nakabili ka na rin ng experience kit. And then also she says hi to the three of you. Nax, guys, binayaran niyo ba tong si Roxanne? These beautiful girls.
Si Roxanne ang fourth member namin.
Difference. Been listening to Kate's talk when she was a guest speaker in BDJ Summit in
Gosh.
MOA. Naku, kailan pa
Oh,
yun?
wow! Huwag na nating aminin what year.
Hi, Ate.
Wow, in MOA. I remember our big events in MOA. We can't have that anymore.
Oh,
I miss her.
Tata akong sanggol nun. Oo,
Yeah, I miss those events though.
I do. I really miss also live events. So,
Mga booths, ang daming booth.
oo nga. Oh, si Micah says hi also. So, she's excited about our chikahan. Okay, our episode today is about connecting with others. So, Kate also mentioned, yun nga, nakakamiss talaga ang live events, hindi ba? So, I mean, now na ganito tayo ngayon, this is our new normal, what does it mean for you to connect with others?
To whom is the question? See, I'll go ahead na lang.
Ikaw muna, Vas.
I mean,
Sige.
connecting with others is so important. Kasi 'di ba parang you feel valued, respected, heard. 'Di ba? You don't feel as alone. Kaya sobrang importante siya, especially at this time na we can't see people. We're always at home lang, seeing the same faces. I mean, I love my husband, pero kung umagat gabi, 24/7, syempre you need to grow, 'di ba? Kailangan mo rin may makausap na ibang tao. Kayo?
Nakarelate ka, Jazz.
Oo. Pero baka marinig niya ako, nasa baba lang.
Ay, nasa baba siya.
Kids, talking to kids the whole time. I mean, I have different kids. Ba't pati ako sumasagot? Teka,
Hindi,
sorry.
kasama ka. Fourth Chica and Margarita ka.
In-interview ka namin.
Margaritas na talaga tayo. I get Val's point. You know, ako, what it means to me when I connect with others has been amplified during the pandemic. Kasi parang yun nga, parang you have to innovate. You have to find ways that you take for granted, you know, getting a call or texting your friends or commenting on their social media. Tapos yung mga nakakasalamuha mo sa office or sa commute, parang... And now, parang those little things pala, that human interaction has been redefined. So to me,
Super.
It's more intentional. Parang connecting with others now has become more intentional. So kahit pa paano.
Super true, because you kind of choose now who you want to connect with. Unlike before, when the world was normal, you're always out. So you connect with so many people, strangers, enemies. You know what I mean? You have no choice but to see so many people. You're overwhelmed with people, but now that you're stuck at home, you choose and you go out of your way. So it's different now, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
How about you, Doris? What does it mean for you to connect with others?
Well, it's really just about keeping in touch. For me, it was important kasi ang daming changes na nangyari sa akin the past year, past 18 months. And yun yung parang constant na meron na parang, okay, you still, parang yung connection mo with others is still something that you can manage, you can continue to have kahit na ang dami ng iba-ibang changes. So, consistency.
Parang nag-define for us yung no man is an island. Pala
Yes,
talaga.
Yes, true.
Kahit introvert ka, no? Kahit introvert ka, you'd still want to connect with someone. Pero siguro just a limited number of people.
You choose
Yung
now.
parang ano sila, parang yay, pwede palang ganito, no? No, I can still connect with others within my safe space. Parang ganyan. How
Yes.
important is it to you? I mean, connecting with others. Kasi nga, yun nga, na-mention nga ni Val, even if you're an introvert, so kung extrovert ka, sobrang importante yun, di ba? You really get energy connecting with
Yeah.
others. How about for you, girls? How important is that connection with others for you?
Val, you were about to
No,
say
no,
something?
go ahead, Kate.
Yung, no, cause before, ang hirap eh. Kasi before, like, like, honestly, I find it hard to do things without exchanging real live energy. Like, I like this. It's nice to see my girls and you, Jasmine. But I feel like my energy and my output is so, it would have been better if this were in person. Can you imagine if we're really sitting in front of each other on a stage or a coffee shop? Iba pa rin eh, di ba? Iba pa rin yung real energy. So what we have to do now is, but we can't go out. So we have no choice. So we
Oo
have to
nga.
find a way to, I guess, replicate that connection. We have to adjust and until we can do it the normal way again. So we have Zoom, we have Facebook, social media, what else? But at the same time, we have to regulate then. Like, we want to connect, but there's so much, right? Like, sometimes I get so sick of social media. But
Oo.
it's hard, right? But at the same time, I do miss my friends. So I'm like, ano ba? Ano ba talaga? Should I turn it off? Should I turn it on? Right? So it's hard to find the balance. I think it's about balance right now.
It's about balance. Yeah. How about you, Doris? I mean, how important is it to you? You mentioned it kanina.
Well, for me, it's very necessary. It's very important. Kasi physically isolated na nga tayo. Kung emotionally and socially isolate mo pa yung sarili mo, it's gonna be too much na. It's gonna be too much for you to handle na parang, oh my gosh, lahat na lang ikaw lang mag-isa. So, I think,
Oo nga.
yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. I think, parang the theme really is, the reason that it's important is because connecting with others also contribute to your mental state. Diba?
Yes.
The total well-being of your mental health. Kasi like, for me naman, sometimes too much nga, like what Kate was saying, you know how, for example, you're in back-to-back meetings from 9 o'clock to you're in front of a screen, even if it's just a screen, the energy of those people pala talagang na-absorb mo din eh, no? Tapos sunod-sunod pa. So, a right balance, I think, is the correct word. How do you think that balance can be achieved mentally? Kate, I know you're an advocate for mental health. You want to weigh in on this?
Gosh. I get asked this question a lot whenever I'm a guest about as a mental health advocate. I always tell them boundaries. Physical, there's physical and mental boundaries. Like physical, for example, you live in a house. Which part is for work lang? And then which part is bedroom ko lang? And I know all of us have mixed that. Like sometimes you're working on your bed and then you'll eat on your bed. And then later you'll sleep on your bed and it just screws up with your mind. So now I'm like, okay, bed is only for sleep. This part is, or if you have a small condo, like not everyone has a giant house. So what if you live in a small space? Gawa ka pa rin ng boundary eh. Like, okay, this is the part that's just for my work. And then when I say other social mental boundaries, like, okay, nobody talk to me. I'm in work mode. Because I'm sure you know this as a mom, like sometimes it crosses, like, I just want to work, but sometimes personal things come in and you're like, ano ba, am I in mommy mode now? Or am I in work mode? I need to, so you have to learn to divide.
Yeah.
And say no pala there. Learn to say no to people you love. Even if it's people you love.
Space, boundaries, whether it's a social connection or it's a
Physical,
physical connection. Ang ganda ng Kate. Thank you. Doris, Val, do you want to add anything about mental health and how it's affected by connecting with others?
Ako na-learn ko the past few months because of this pandemic is to be more mindful and to be more self-aware of my emotions. Kasi ngayon parang ang daming trigger points nga because of that. Minsan hidden anxiety na hindi mo ni-recognize, na-repress siya, and then it comes out in different ways. So for me, it's just being self-aware and being mindful of where and how I spend my time. Pati na rin yung energy ko, kung saan ko nilalabas yung energy ko. I think it helps a lot for me also.
Ang ganda, oo. How you spend your energy and receive energy din, ano? Oo nga.
You know
Doris,
what's funny? Ay, sorry. May sabihin ko lang, yung dog ko, hindi nyo lang napapansin. My dog heard the thunder. Tapos nandito siya ngayon, nangungulit siya kasi he's scared. Yun yung so how do you, hoy, boundaries. Yun lang. You know, dito siya. Buti na lang, hindi pa siya tumatalon. So pag tumalon siya, sorry guys.
Pwede naman siyang sumama sa Chicas.
Sa talk, Chicas. Okay, go Doris.
Fifth natin na guest. Just to make pa cute lang.
Sige. You talk, I'll carry him. I'll try to carry him.
Connecting with others din yan. Other arm beings. Aww.
Well, you know what? Speaking of the dog, even for animals, they need to connect, no? So there's something to it, no? There's something to learn from that about connecting. Na parang it's very essential. Kasi even animals, they really want to, they need it even. So there.
Ang ganda. Oo nga. I mean, hindi lang sa tao, di ba? Even the
Or with nature. Connected. Di ba? Isang episode niyan,
Plantitas.
di ba? Isang episode niyo, nature. Yeah.
Yes.
Plantitas.
Plants. Sabi ko nga, parang, di ba, parang sabi nga, parang there's something you learn. Sabi ni Vince, ang pogi nung guest ko kahapon, so hindi ako makapag-chika ng ganito.
Teka lang, I will look at your videos. Wait.
Wait, may topic tayo, girls.
Silipin
Na-distract eh.
Chicas. Ito yung Chicas. Vince, what's the surname?
Vince Lim, i-google mo, Balcony and Gardens. I-google mo.
Ilang taon?
Sinabi mo talaga to live, Jasmine, on Bella de Jour's page.
Namumula tuloy ako. Para
Wait.
tama.
Was he your guest? He was your guest?
Sabi
your
ni
guest?
Vince, na-expose na kami. Sabi nga ni Vince, parang having a plan, you get to know yourself. Kasi nga parang in the first place, diba, hindi ka naman kukuha ng halaman na hindi ka drawn to. So dapat nga kinikilala mo daw yung halaman bago mo bilhin. Ganyan, you know your own boundaries, your own considerations, your own space. So parang with pets din, di ba? I mean, you connect with the pets, you connect with the living things. So parang, yeah, ang ganda. Anong sabi ng mga natin, Bella? Sabi ni Janine, connecting with others is a form of love. Guys, talo kayo sa sagot ni Janine.
Oo nga. Ang ganda na sagot niya. Grabe.
Opening doors with others, like starting a new opportunity, embracing yourself by the companion of others. There's a huge change and a lot of limitations since pandemic started, so we tend to limit ourselves. Oo nga, Janine, form of love. Ang ganda naman, no?
Tama yun, tama.
Form
Form of self-love din. Form of self-love din. Kasi you take care of yourself by connecting with others also. Yeah. Ganda.
Correct.
Nakita ko na si Vince.
Self-love, love for others, ang ganda. Yun talaga yun eh. And then, thank you to online platforms and social media apps. It's all about time management and balance. We need to protect our mental and physical health and connecting to others at the same time. I-guess na nga natin tong si Janine.
I just wanna add na sa sinabi ni Janina, 'di ba, yung social media apps. Totoo 'yan, nakaka-connect ka with others, pero tama rin yung sinabi ni Kate that there has to be a limit to it. Kasi minsan, alam mo, these apps are meant to be addictive, ah. So, hindi mo talaga mapapansin na, oh my God, 2 hours na pala ako nag-scroll. So, we have to be mindful pa din.
Especially
Pero thanks,
TikTok.
Janine, tama yung yes.
Lalo na TikTok,
At
grabe yung
lahat,
TikTok.
TikTok, Instagram, lahat. Diba?
Diba? Totoo. Ako nga minsan parang, mag-check lang ako ng comments, maya-maya nandun na ako sa feed, maya-maya. Tapos wala na, 2 oras na yung lumipas.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tapos I saw this, I wanna add lang, I saw this parang documentary. They were talking about these social media apps, diba? And parang people were tending to blame themselves na parang, I don't have willpower. Hindi. It's not about willpower. Talagang they made it talaga para ma-addict ka. So we have to be super control, diba?
Discipline nga and the right
Discipline.
balance. I think we lost Doris for a while.
Yeah, she'll be back. I think she's
sure.
she's switching her signal. Kasi umulan eh. Like, is it dark now in your place? Biglang,
Oo, actually.
yeah, biglang,
Tapos
I think it's gonna
Laguna.
rain.
Yak sinabi yung address eh. No? So,
Ano? Binigay naman yung address.
No, okay, going back. So sabi nga ni Janine, 'di ba? Parang it's a form of love, and therefore connecting with others entails a bit of openness and some vulnerability. Ano yung advice ninyo, or how do you think you can set those boundaries? Kasi nga medyo kailangan vulnerable kapag magko-connect ka, and you need to be a bit more expressive with this medium
Mm-mm. For me, you choose who you're vulnerable to.
Who? Okay.
Who? You don't have to be vulnerable to everyone, di ba? Like, there are different levels of friendship. There are people na pang small talk lang. It doesn't mean that you don't want to be friends with them ever. It's just that our depth of friendship is just like that. That's it, mga, what's up, pare? Yung ganun lang. Pero meron kang friends na, what's up? Hindi ako okay. You know, di ba? When you put 5 different people to ask you, how are you? Your answer is different per person, right? When your mom asks you, how are you? In the middle of the night, your answer is different. When your office mate that you don't talk to asks you how are you at 8 a.m., it's your answer is different, and that's okay. You choose who you reveal yourself to. Yun.
I can understand the Kate's no, parang her input is really how to set the boundaries. I want to flip the question for Val. Val, ano naman yung advice mo on how people can actually open up and become more vulnerable so that they can connect?
I think, to add lang to what Kate said, no, dapat you should choose talaga the people you trust. Kasi sa akin opposite eh. I tend to babble to everyone. Parang first time ko lang na-meet, alam na niya yung sikreto ko. Ganon. It's so opposite. Pero parang dapat talaga I should learn to trust people because not everyone can be trusted. And it takes time to earn someone's trust. So I think for people na medyo hesitant to open up, just remember that vulnerability also entails courage. So be courageous and choose the right people who you will trust.
Ang ganda. Kailangan natin i-quote yun.
Kasi si Janine ang ganda na sinabi, kailangan lumevel tayo.
Kailangan maganda. Yun yung sasabihin mo.
Your vulnerability requires courage.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get you. Parang, I wouldn't have normally conversed in this, but you're right. Yung parang, di ba, sometimes there's this stigma na parang when you show weakness, which is sometimes synonymous to being vulnerable, parang, yun nga, parang hindi ka brave or you're being afraid. But being afraid to connect with others isn't necessarily, hi Doris, isn't necessarily, welcome back. being vulnerable or being honest about your weakness isn't necessarily a sign of weakness or parang it's really courage. I really like what you said, Val. So, Doris, did you catch that?
She didn't yata.
Kasi nasa Laguna siya.
You're talking about vulnerability na, no?
Yes.
Ayan.
Nag-gets niyo ba yung joke ko?
Hindi.
So you're talking about vulnerability na. And the question was,
Doris. And uy, may comments.
Alag,
Ano? Ayan, Jane loves this episode. Thank you.
wow.
Sabi ni Roxanne, really by BDJ Kit, I have read Miss Dar's story about BDJ's pandemic challenges and campaigns in LinkedIn and I really need to support BDJ. Yes, BDJ has great advocacy that really changed lives. Thank you, Roxanne. That's also one of the reasons why we want to connect with you guys on a more regular basis because we really feel that this is what we contribute to everyone's well-being. Salamat for recognizing. Carla, we are human. It's only natural that we seek connection. We need it because it is not only our way to nurture, it is definitely our nature.
Ang tatalino talaga ng Bellas. Grabe.
HR.
Ang tatalino ng Bellas, Jasmine.
Oo nga. Feeling ko may feeling ko, may pa-premyo ba tayo? Hindi ko alam.
Today, ask Belle. Belle, baka naman may pa-prize ka dyan.
Jane, I love this episode. I love it too. Oh my God, 30 minutes na lang tayo.
Roxanne said, her daughter says hi. When we were still Girl Talk PH, she Roxanne and would watch with her daughter. That's like their bonding. That's how they bond. They watch Girl Talk. So, hi. Roxanne.
Hey.
Ayan, sabi nga niya, we put a limit to screen time and then connecting to our family and friends play a big factor to pacify our longings and keeping us sane, especially this lockdown, that we should be wise using social media platforms. Sabi ulit ni Carla, vulnerability doesn't really mean we have to choose who we talk to. It should come with acceptance for yourself. Accept that we make mistakes, accept that we did things wrong, and that we are willing to make it right or acknowledge and understand why we are where we are at least.
Oo, gusto kong magdagdag sa sinabi niya, no? Kasi,
Yeah.
di ba parang everyone's always saying now that let's be kind to one another because everyone's having a hard time, everyone's fighting a battle, but we sometimes forget to be kind to ourselves.
Yes.
Di ba, lagi na lang sa iba, pero how about ourselves?
Tayo
Let's
naman.
also forgive ourselves and also be kind, talk nicely to ourselves also, and practice self-love and self-care.
Oh, the self-talk di ba? Parang,
Yes.
if you can connect with others, if you can be vulnerable to others, di dapat ikaw din, kumbaga, you forgive yourself also. Ang ganda naman ng usapan na to. Ano ba to, 30 minutes na lang? Doris, did you
Si
want to weigh in on the
Moy is
vulnerability
here.
thing?
I don't really know what what your question was earlier eh. Pero
Sabi ko, actually dalawa yung tanong ko, so pili ka. I asked Kate, sabi ko, how do you set boundaries? Kasi connecting with others kind of, di ba, parang needs you to be open and vulnerable. Whereas, for others naman, like si Val, kulang sa boundaries. Parang, so, ano yung advice niya dun sa mga nahihirapan mag-open up and maging vulnerable? Ano yung sagot
sa
mo?
akin to balance yung sagot ni Kate and yung tendencies ni Val, sa akin baby steps. Baby steps when it comes to being vulnerable. You become vulnerable, you share a little bit, and then you see what the reaction is. Kung kumbaga trustworthy ba tong taong to? Kung nakikinig ba ng tama, gives you the attention that you probably need during that time. Kasi kung na-reciprocate naman yung kumbaga friendship and vulnerability, then you can share more. So for me, step by step siya. Hindi siya yung parang all out, open na open ka agad. Kasi if you're too open and it's not welcome, ma-hurt ka. Pero if you do things step by step lang, then kumbaga parang, kung hindi rin siya, baka kasi yung pinag-sharean mo rin ngayon, occupied. Marami rin siyang iniisip sa buhay, diba? So you try to find a match for someone who can match the needs you have for what you share. Yung kayang tapatan yung vulnerability mo.
Ang ganda! Pwede talaga tayo maging Miss Universe! Wait, I want to summarize.
Sabay pa kami.
So it's trust. It's trusting who you open up to.
Yes.
And then, two, also allowing yourself to, ano yung sinabi mo, Val?
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to
Kind
yourself.
to yourself. If kumbaga, that's also one way for you naman to open up if you're afraid. And then three, take baby steps nga and listen. Ang takeaway ko doon sa sinabi ni Doris, I think it's not just about opening up and being vulnerable. Ikaw din parang dapat, hindi ka rin tone deaf. Parang ganon. Nakikiramdam.
Yes.
You kind of exercise your empathy.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, kasi nga, like what I said, diba, baka mamaya naman, may pinagdadaanan din pala yung
I'm
kausap
sure
mo.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Since, di ba, minsan we need to measure the level nga of vulnerability, we need to take baby steps. How do you guys determine the level of connection or openness you give to others? So, sabi nyo nga, you trust. So, ano yung qualifications of that trust? Maliban dun sa they listen, or ginigage mo din yung pinagdadaanan ng tao. Kasi ang hirap din, di ba? Parang screen, tapos di mo alam.
I guess sorry.
Sige.
Go, Val.
Ako sa akin, pag may kausap ang tao, ino-observe ko rin paano siya mag-talk about other people. Because it will be the way he or she will talk about me also. If, for example, he or she trash talks other people, sure ako, pag nakatalikod ako din
ikaw
yun.
next.
So, pag ganun,
For sure.
careful din ako. Like, is she judgmental? Or yung mga ganun factors. Kate.
I don't know, I base it on our history. How were you with me before? And how are you with other people, right? I mean, we're old enough to kind of know the history. We're not in high school anymore. We're not in college anymore. So we know how this person is like. How do they help their friends? How do they not help their friends? Laetero ba yan? Alam mo yun? Or, di ba? How do they treat their friends? Because I've seen people now when they're together, they're BFFs. And then when they're not together, they're mean to each other. So yeah, you know na who you talk to it. Like when I have friends, okay, hanggang ganito lang yung chismis ko sa kanya. Diba? Ay, may limit. Ito, this person, okay, we can dig a little deeper. Maybe I can reveal a little bit of family history, mga ex-lovers, ganyan. Pwede. Pero like, ito, inuman lang to. Ano yan? Ano lang, tugs lang ta. You know? Yung gano. I mean, not that we can go clubbing, but you know what I mean? Like, some people are just your clubbing friends.
Yeah.
Some people are your coffee friends, and some people are your emergency, I need you at 1 a.m. friend.
Oh, nawala. Ang bigla naman. Pero natapos naman niya yung sentence niya.
Pwede na. Okay.
Doris, you want to add to that?
Ako, siguro aside from how this person talks about other people and also the past, yung history, like what Kate was saying, sa akin, it's also about kung ano yung pinapakita sa'yo, yung facial expressions, yung body language, diba? Yung present din. Kasi sometimes you can meet someone, a stranger even, and you know that you just connect. Kasi it feels so natural, the vibe, the energy. So, I think kahit naman sa screen lang ngayon, mafe-feel mo pa rin yun eh. And aside from the body language, it's also how this person is talking to you. Na halimbawa, you're sharing your what you're going through right now. Dinidismiss ka ba? Or parang you know, in-honor naman yung feelings mo. So parang there, do they talk down on what? Parang minamaliit ba yung pinagdadaanan mo, saying, ako nga ganito nga ako ganyan. So parang those things will give you a clue if you should continue.
Yeah. Oo nga, no. Ang ganda nun. I also resonate. I was gonna say nga yung body language din di ba? Parang the listening is also in the way that person responds to you with their body language also. Lalo na ngayon, parang medyo kailangan you also look at those signs, hindi ba?
Yes,
Let's look at the comment section. Sabi nila, it's really about balance. I can see that, so Janine says, not all people can be trusted, especially mental health is all about boundaries. Let's not forget ourselves. Love must start from ourselves before we spread love and kindness. Micah, regarding balance, I think it's also important to choose to connect during this time. Oo nga, you choose it. We don't have to stay connected to everybody naman. I found that I have certain friends I love to talk to right now. The rest, I'll just catch up with after the pandemic.
Exactly! Parang mag-inuman na lang tayo.
There's a book here that's being recommended. So Azaza says, The Gifts of Imperfection by Bren Brown is a great book to help understanding vulnerability and connection. Sakto yung topic na dun sa part that I read kagabi. Thank you for sharing, Azaza. I think Maika also read that book. She enjoyed it daw.
May TED Talk siya. That author has a TED Talk. Yeah.
Yes.
You can watch them.
Talaga?
Anyway, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Awareness of self and others is key. We also need discernment and read between the lines. Ayan, oo nga, parang ngayon mas na-exercise yung pagiging observant natin, So, balik rin naman natin yung premise natin. So, we already talked about how you can open up or how you can connect, who to connect to, how to know to connect to who. What do you do naman when it's time to let go? When you think it's important to also let go of some connections.
It's so important.
Cut ties or friendship over. How do you know that it's time?
Ikaw muna, Val, and then I'll join.
Yeah. Kasi parang, syempre when you grow older, you realize that not all relationships really work for you. And vice versa. Pero I feel na hindi naman kailangan total cut-off. You can just choose to lessen the interaction. Kasi kung marami kayong history, you can't naman suddenly, okay, acquaintances na lang tayo ngayon. I mean, you can just take a few steps back, not as close as used to be, but may connection pa din. So it's really up to you, unless naman syempre the relationship is so toxic na you really need to cut off to save yourself.
Yes.
So yeah, very nice point. I read this article many years ago. This was before TED Talks. It was called The Friendship Mountain. Have you guys heard of that? The Friendship Mountain. So this is the mountain, right?
Okay.
You're on top. I'm on top because that's my mountain. So you divide the mountain. There's level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 5 is like the people at the bottom of the mountain. So your besties, the people who know you, who know all
Your
your
inner
issues.
circle.
Yeah, they're on level 1. And I used to think, syempre I was young, I used to think it's all or nothing na, you're my friend now. Ay, hindi, friendship over, goodbye, forever. We'll never speak to each other. Yun pala, you can kind of like what Val said, you can choose how the degree. So ako, I think always in levels. Like whenever I see someone, ayan na si level 1 friend. Or parang, yan, dati level 1 yan, ngayon 4 na lang. So you can kind of like, you can demote your friends, but you don't have to announce it. You don't have to announce it.
You don't have to.
Demoted ka na to level 3. Parang, no need for that drama naman. But, or sometimes, like, from level 4, something happens that bonds you together and suddenly they're in level 1. Like, I have friends who move minsan 1, minsan 3, ganyan. Yung iba, pinatalsik ko na talaga ng mountain forever, gano'n. Hinagis ko na sila off the mountain. But, some people, they go levels. So you choose. You don't tell them, It's just in your mind.
Yeah.
Na parang, hoy, ikaw, level 4 ka ngayon kasi inaway mo ako kagano, ganon. Napaka-immature nun. It's just your guide. So there.
Yeah.
Choose the
Okay.
level.
Choose the levels. Okay, how about you, Doris?
Well, I was gonna answer almost the same thing as Val, said. Na parang you don't have to completely cut off people naman. Kasi parang, again, baka may pinagdaanan yan at that time, di ba? So parang, sige, baka toxic talaga yung environment niya ngayon or situation niya ngayon. So, you can just step back. Pero kapag sobrang toxic na, then parang marigondo lang yan for me. You have to declutter. So,
You say thanks.
So,
Thank you, bye-bye.
thank you. But yeah,
Thank you.
it's
Bye-bye.
like that for me because in order to for your current relationships also to flourish, you kind of have to like weed out the things that's not good for you, 'di ba? Kung talagang toxic na. Pero kung hindi kailangan, just step back.
Ako naman,
Gusto ko lang
add. Sorry, Val.
Go, Jazz. Go, you first.
Pero, ako yata, mas tawag din, cold turkey yata ako than you guys. Ako kasi parang feeling ko, when you've outgrown each other, parang yun nga, Maricondo, thank you, you've served your purpose in my life already. Parang ganyan. Syempre, you don't, like, announce it, but energetically, there are some people nga na parang, hindi na talaga aligned sa akin yung values ng taong to or yung life paths namin no longer. I'm not just talking about exes, ha?
No, it's not just romance, it's friendship.
Even family na
And
hindi
work.
mo nakaka...
And work, yeah.
And work. Oo, totoo. I mean, I have some friends na parang, kasi I'm nearing my 40s already. Parang I remember, parang we were really good friends in high school.
Yeah, same.
And then after, in our 20s, we really drifted apart. Now that we find ourselves in the same parang life path, mamiss na kami ngayon, ganyan, we reconnected. So, kumbaga parang there's really, I guess, you have to, like what Doris said, parang, you also need to energetically make space for other people. Kasi, yun nga, parang minsan din the connection or the association to you, baka it's not healthy nga anymore. So, you really need to go back to who you are, what your values are, and if these people share the same values with you, regardless of how small or how big that circle is. Ikaw, Val, sorry, you were gonna say.
I agree with that, no? On another hand lang, yung naisip ko lang is for people who are afraid to cut off relationships, even if it's toxic, parang to remember, di ba yung sa plane, di ba kunyari, ang delikado na, babagsak na. Kung isa lang yung life vest, who will you save? You will give it to others? Or kanino mo unang isusuot yung life vest? It's always that, sa'yo mo muna isusuot. Save yourself so you can save other people. So parang, protect yourself first para maka-help ka rin ng ibang tao afterwards.
Agree.
Uy, may question and answer portion sa...
Oo nga guys.
May advice column na tayo.
Live na ha. Wait, I'm gonna
Wait
read.
lang. Oo, I like this question and
Si
Parang
Jane is asking,
Yeah.
ready na ba kayo? Candidates
Yes.
number.
Miss Laguna and Miss Cavite.
Have you experienced na may friend kang pinapili ka between siya and a new friend? If yes, what did you do?
Nung grade school kami. But, that's,
Naman natin na ano natin.
oo nga, baka naman,
Recent age natin.
oo, but recently, no. That's hard, It sounds like a boyfriend, no? Na parang, it's hard kasi I don't know the context of your story, Jane. It's hard. But, I feel like, shouldn't your friend be unselfish? You know what I mean? Or your friend seems jealous of the other friend. That's what it seems to me. Based on that question, it's very hard. I don't want your friend to go to Cavite and kill me because I gave you this advice. But I don't know. That sounds very clingy. It sounds like the person is clingy na parang, pumili ka! Ako o siya? Parang, di ba? Parang sa mga movie. Ang hirap
For some reason, it reminds me of, nag-homeschool kasi ako. So, kung may Bible study kami. Like, yung kay King Solomon, yung may nanay na sabi niya.
Yun nga.
Alam niyo
Hatiin, yeah. That's why, so
parang, what does that tell you about your friend?
Yeah.
Diba? Parang,
And,
so, the one who says na, isang
yeah, exactly. Because I was like that when I was grade 5. I remember when I was grade 5, my bestie was so jealous, had a new set of friends. My gosh. Kaya nga, when I was grade 5, my friend,
daw yung friend ni Jane.
Again?
Lalaki.
Ay, it gets
So, hindi
even...
siya friend.
Ay,
Hindi siya
So wait,
friend.
so since nagsiselos sa lalaki din?
Lalaki din yung isa mong friend. I
Hindi
love
na
this
friend
show.
yan.
Bigla yung chikahan natin.
Pwede ba nating i-phone in? Isama natin sa video to si Jane. Dali.
Ano to, Tulfo?
Ibigay mo yung link. Ibigay mo yung Zoom link para makasawing stream yan.
This is very, this is a toxic relationship. Which
Who is
leads
this
me to
guy?
the next question. Sakto yung tanong ni Jane, actually.
Oh, it's another guy also.
We keep talking about the people that you want to connect with, what are the qualifiers, and then how do you know if it's time to cut that connection? Ano ba? What is an unhealthy relationship? How do you define that connection is unhealthy?
When I can't breathe anymore. When the thought of you coming over or me having to see you makes me want to die. Just, you know what I mean? Parang, na naman siya. Yung, kakatawag pa lang gusto ko mo nang maghanap ng excuse. Your body will not lie.
Huwag
So
naman
you
natin
listen.
paabutin doon. Meron
No.
ba kayong signs? Like telltale signs?
Your body tells you. It
Sa
tells
akin,
you. Your gut.
Yeah.
Doris.
Yes. Sa akin, kapag ka parang over-dependent na yung tao sa akin, even when it comes to his or her happiness. Katulad nung case nung nag-ask sa atin ng question, na it's as if that guy, kaya siya possessive kasi yung happiness niya anchored dun sa'yo, dun sa girl. Sa'yo lang, ikaw lang yung source ng happiness niya, kumbaga. Na kapag nahati yun, wala na. So yun.
Hoy, Jane. I'm so invested. He's not your friend. He wants to be
True.
more than friends. I'm just saying. With my flipping of my hair.
Can Miss Manila
Yes.
share her point of
Miss
view?
Manila.
Ikaw,
Miss
go.
Manila, please
Sa
chime
akin-
in.
Alam mo, love is, so, ay feeling malalim, no? Teka lang, wait, love is selfless. Love is selfless. Whether that's a romantic partner or a friendship, yung love na ino-offer mo sa kanila, it's selfless and you really want that other person to be happy. Yun talaga yung tunay na love. And when it has strings attached, when it requires more from you than what you're willing to give, then that's not really the purest sense of love.
2 words.
Ay, nako.
Girl, run. Run.
Kwento kong friend ko kanina.
Run away.
Pangalanan natin. Joke lang. What happened was her boyfriend felt that I was not a good friend to her. Parang gano'n. Yung parang feeling niya kasi we shared a life experience of partying, ganyan. Sabi niya, I don't want to be friends with Jasmine anymore. Nilaglag ko yung sarili ko no? So, yun nga, parang
Ano na nangyari?
he grew older
Excited
and
masyado.
she outgrew that relationship. She told me na ganun yung nangyari. So, Jane, kumbaga, papunta
Run.
ka lang. Ano na?
Girl, run.
Na ako. Ako, so obviously, my friend chose her boyfriend at that time. Commitment yun eh. So, depende sa relasyon mo with that guy. if that's a committed relationship that you want to nurture at that time in your life. Pero parang in the end, nangyari na rin sa akin yan eh. Oo.
Wait, nag-comment si
Mga
Jane.
kaibigan pala talaga akong toxic in my past, no?
Jane commented, running na po. Good.
Very good.
Ako yung timaan sa usapan.
Running na po.
wait. Meron pa ba?
Ano bang topic
Guys,
natin? I
so
forgot
pretty
na our
na.
topic kasi I'm so invested in Jane's story. Jane,
Ayan,
update mo kami ha.
Healthy relationship signs are dishonesty, controlling behavior,
Yes.
avoiding security, and codependence.
Yes. Yup.
Yeah.
No, kasi
Meron kami,
let's-
may diagram kami sa office about being independent, interdependent, codependent. Parang ganun. So, kailangan natin i-define yung parts na yun. But I think that would be for a different episode. So, guys, I think we've entertained questions naman na as we went along. Meron pa ba?
meron pa ba?
Kasi ako,
May
I
gusto,
wanna
pwedeng,
ask-
si Jane yung nagsabi, no, yung
Oo
friend,
nga
no? Jane ba? Jane, kung gusto mo maging topic namin yan sa Chicas and Margaritas, just drop us a line sa IG.
Yes.
Just
because
kidding,
we're-
go ahead.
yeah. No, that's
dapat
nice.
may Connection Series 2.0.
Oo.
Or level 2. Roxanne says, as we grow older, there is a wisdom kasi kung sino yung friends na i-keep mo. Good
Yes.
company, syempre. Okay. Okay, so ako, yun nga. Thank you guys. Sobrang ganda naman ng usapan na to. Teka lang, ayan, sumasabog yung comment section natin.
Nag-start yan kay Jane. So parang, joke lang. Now, if you
Okay.
guys want to give Jane advice, you can also. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
No, the girls,
Advice on
the
the
readers.
comment
Yeah.
section. Sige, ako, my parting, let's lighten it up a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. I think very deep yung usapan natin. Kulang na lang margarita.
I know. I forgot. I
Yes.
should have prepared my margarita.
Sige, what are your, I'd like to know what your suggestions are on how to connect and deepen your current relationships. Kasi parang kanina we were talking about how to connect with others, meeting
Yeah.
the friends, mga bago or, not so, or how to cut connection. So how do you deepen? What are your suggestions on how to deepen the connections that matter? Like your family, your friends during this ECQ time.
Sige. May I? Hindi may I. So one thing I learned from my mental health friends, like the psychologists and the therapists, they said it's hard to make new friends. If you notice, like, diba, it's hard. I hardly made any super new friends. Na deep ha. I mean, sure, I meet people sa meetings, ganyan. Pero yung deep, wala halos. So my psych friends told me, which friends ba have you been neglecting? Because before the pandemic, we were so concerned about going outside, like connecting, new friends, traveling, lahat new, diba? So now, what we're stuck at home, we're forced to face the old. The ones we neglected. The friend na feeling mo hindi mo na friend, ganyan. Or, at most nga, yourself. Do you connect with yourself? Like, when was the last time you spoke to yourself? Or face those thoughts you were afraid to face before? Or those issues you used to not talk about because you were too busy partying and meeting and traveling, right? So, you start with your issues first and then reconnect. Sorry, may helicopter na dumaan. Reconnect with the old friends, the cousins you haven't seen in years, diba? Those your siblings that you haven't spoken to because you're so busy with that. You reconnect with the old and see. You'd be surprised. You might rebuild something. You might discover something new, and you might also figure something new about yourself. There. Thank you very much. Candidate number
Kate.
7, Cavite City.
Okay,
Ano
ako
ba
na lang.
to?
Ako na yung next.
Next,
Sa
Miss
akin,
Laguna.
It's yung topic natin kanina, very deep. And it's good. Pero sa akin, sometimes in order to connect, sometimes you have to start with something light. So parang, you can just start with jokes, memes. You can start with that. Kung masyadong heavy naman, yung connect agad na kamustahan na alam mo namang most likely baka malungkot yung kaibigan mo, diba? So you can start with something light, something na kahit Facebook memory lang yan from before na, hey, grabe tayo ng high school, like, nag-pop up yung photo. You can start with that. Don't let connecting be naman din a pressure to you na parang kailangan ganito, kailangan ganyan. So, there, and then from there, parang vulnerability lang yan, baby steps. From there, maybe you can deepen and maybe you can connect on a deeper level. So, there, yun. Ganun lang.
Thank you, Miss Laguna.
Simpleng-simple lang. Parang it has to come natural, no, Doris?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
at the end of the day, that's what you mean. Val, Miss Manila.
Miss Manila.
Yeah. Thank you for that wonderful question. Kasi, di ba, that's not ECQ, di ba? So we spend so much time with the people around us. So hindi siya matter of quantity of time. It's just really being present. I think this is so important that we have to be present. And it's so hard. It's so easy to say, but it's so hard because everyone's worrying about the future, thinking about the past, and we have all these social media. So it's really, really hard to be present. So back to being mindful, everyone has to be mindful that we have to be present. And I think it will really improve the quality of our relationships. Yan.
Ganda naman, guys. Pwede mag-triple tie.
Cheers!
Sige, sa'yo.
Mag-holding hands muna tayo.
Quadruple.
Habang inannounce ni Harvey
Thank
ang
you
winner.
so much. So, again, I just want to wrap up that. No? Connecting with others is really about being present, taking baby steps, what feels natural to you, setting your boundaries, or also being brave, taking the courage to be vulnerable and open. And then, really, it starts with connecting with yourself for your own mental health, for your own peace of mind and space. And I really think that connecting with yourself also can be helped by journaling. And that's what we're really all about.
Yes.
So, bago tayo mag-end, 2:57 na kasi, I would just want to remind everyone that we are extending our pre-orders until August 16.
Extended pala.
Meron na nun. So, sana makabili kayo na. Don't miss this chance to get a 2022 planner. Visit ilovebdj.com and crazyaboutpaper.com and get your 2022 planners now. All bundles are now open for pre-order. First 100 buyers on BDJ get a free BTRC face mask, and the first 100 on Crazy About Paper gets 15% discount from Gouache Leather Goods. Ayan.
Navi planner
Wow.
for me.
Ang dami, di ba? Ang daming, bumili ka na ba ng Navi?
Navi. I'm the Navi girl. Doris, what's your
Ayan.
planner? What was your planner
Navi
last
also.
year? Navi ka
Navi
rin.
also.
Val, what was yours?
Sa akin yung Belle de Jour. Yung
classic
yung arte
sa'yo
Kika.
eh.
Yeah,
Bellas
Kika.
kami ni
Yan,
Vale.
Yes.
Navi girl kami ni Dora.
Bellas and Team Bellas, Team Navi here.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much for everyone who participated and the
Thank
comments
you.
are really bursting. Maraming salamat. For those who might have missed our live session, this will be on replay on our social media platforms pa rin. Ayan, maraming salamat. Yes, we love this episode. Thank you so
Me
much.
too. We
Chicas
too.
and Margaritas. I look
Chicas
forward
and
to
Margaritas.
guesting you again.
Cheers.
Sana kami din maka-guest sa podcast ninyo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Thank
wait.
you,
Pwede
thank
kami
you.
mag-plug. Magpa-plug lang kami.
Go!
Please subscribe to Chicas and Margaritas on Spotify podcast and all major podcast networks. Platforms around the world. Follow us on Instagram at Chicas and Margaritas. Thank you.
And we have Jasmine, I want to add lang, we have a new episode. It's dropping today, Friday.
Today.
Kasi new episodes every Friday. Our new episode today is about panliligaw. Is it yay or nay? So, listen to it.
I will not say anything.
Yes.
I want you to listen.
Nice. Doris, any last words?
Yun na yun. Okay na ako dun.
Okay na.
Thank you, girls. Thank you, fellas. That's
Thank
it
you.
for our
Bye.
Experience More Connection FB Live series. Thank
Right.
you so much for joining us. We hope that you were able
Okay.
to learn a lot. And if you haven't watched all our other episodes, you can still watch it on replay in our social media pages. Don't forget, connect with yourself, with nature, with others, and experience more. Salamat! Happy